A vital bearing on both top and bottom of the Premiership table as Middlesbrough take on Liverpool. Let's take a check on all the team news, beginning with Middlesbrough, whose lineup has been pretty consistent in recent weeks. Steve McLaren obviously reluctant to make changes when things have been going so well. However, he's forced to switch things round in defence today because Ugo Ehiogu is suspended, so the Italian Gianluca Festa will partner Gareth Southgate in the centre. Benito Carboni, who was cup-tied for last week's quarter-final against Everton, returns in place of Zidov Nemeth, and there's a home debut for 20-years-old Australian Luke Wilkshire, a late replacement for top scorer Noel Whelan, who dropped out this morning because of illness. Borough will field a 4-4-2 formation, youngster Wilkshire on one flank, Jonathan Greening on the other, with Carboni and Alan Boksic in attack. Well, after a tough European tie midweek, it was inevitable that Liverpool would shuffle the pack today. They bring back Nicolas Anelka, who was ineligible for the match in Barcelona, and the Czech Republic international Vladimir Smicer is promoted to the starting lineup. Still no Michael Owen, his hamstring injury not fully healed, and he's being kept on ice for the game against Roma. Liverpool, by the way, have now gone 9 Premiership matches since their last defeat. A tried and tested 4-4-2 with Liverpool, with Emil Heskey fit again after the calf injury that forced him off in midweek, resuming his blossoming new partnership with Anelka. Middlesbrough in their usual strip of all red. Liverpool had to change today to the white shirts and black shorts. Middlesbrough with a big improvement of late, which has seen them lose only once in their last 12 League and Cup games. They've climbed up the Premiership table and reached the semi-finals of the FA Cup, where they could face a North East derby against Newcastle United, but Newcastle still have to come through a replay against Arsenal. Moncho and Upia, very much the cornerstone of this famed Liverpool defence, which has the best record of any team in the Premiership at the moment. They've only conceded 25 goals in 30 league games. So they've got an early test on here as Boksic goes up with Onsho, the ball dropping loose, and Liverpool in some difficulty get it only half clear to their former player Ince, being booed by the Liverpool fans amongst the crowd today. An increasing trend, that, and a rather pointless one in my view, as Risa clears his lines. Quite a bit of wind, and as you can see, the ball bouncing quite high, even though the ground staff here did spend probably an hour watering the pitch. Kedru, the young French player, spreading it out to Alan Boksic, and the Croatian international showing his ability on the ball. And Liverpool almost conceding the corner. It could be worse than that. Now they have on the other side of the field. Carragher getting it away from danger. Good positive start by the home team, who've taken 13 out of the last 24 points at stake. Just one defeat in their last 8 Premiership games for Middlesbrough. 1-0 at West Ham last month. They've won 3 and drawn 4 in that spell. Kedru, a threat from the corner as Ince signals his intent. Oh, and it was a good save on the line by Dudek. Well, we pointed out where the problem could come from Liverpool. They must have been aware of it, but they didn't really pick the Frenchman up properly. And he climbed higher than anyone. Good effort. And it took 2 attempts by Jerzy Dudek to keep the ball out. Been in very good form, the Polish international. Back in the side now after missing 3 games with a groin injury. And he's been an excellent signing for Liverpool. Murphy for the visitors. Oh, that's a terrible sloppy ball. He couldn't have looked. And now Liverpool might pay the price as the youngster Wilkshire comes forward and tries a shot. Well, that'll improve his confidence, I'm sure. Certainly won't improve Murphy's confidence, the way he presented the ball back to Middlesbrough here. Very clumsy. And Wilkshire with the ability on the left foot, even though he's essentially playing down the right-hand side, with Greening on the left flank, the former Manchester United man. Greening and indeed Boksic have been a threat to Liverpool. But Carboni gives it away with a rather extravagant back heeler, and he could be made to pay for that as Anelka takes on the defender. Good save. One mistake is all it takes at this level, and you can be made to pay a very high price. Carboni should know that with his experience. A back heeler when Middlesbrough's attack was flowing suddenly became a Liverpool counter-attack and could easily have become a Liverpool goal. Ince. Carboni will be more careful this time, and he is. It's a good ball for Boksic. Well, I must say they continue to look full of movement, good passing, and certainly a willingness to shoot on sight, Middlesbrough. That's what, 4 or 5 shots now they've had in the opening 15 minutes. However, it was this counter-attack by Liverpool that perhaps was the closest we come to a goal so far. Anelka's feigned pace getting in, him behind the final defender, Festa, and it was a good stop by Schwarzer. Liverpool had no one following up as Heskey tries to blunder his way through here and then looks for Anelka. Whistle's gone. I think that was probably offside against Nicholas Anelka. There are stories in the British newspapers this week that Liverpool are likely to firm up their interest in Anelka by making the transfer permanent. He's on loan from Paris Saint-Germain at the moment. Quarter of an hour gone at the Riverside, still goalless here. Boksic getting in behind Hupia as Schwarzer takes the kick. Reese's header. In goes Murphy. The ball breaks for Kedru and now Greening. Not a bad ball. Carboni on the end of it. The layoff to Ince. Wow, what a fine move that was by Middlesbrough. And you would not have found a more delighted goalscorer if that one had crept in than Paul Ince against one of his former clubs. Lovely setup by Carboni, and literally a matter of inches away from finding the corner of the net. I don't think Dudek would have got there. Scored against Everton last week in the FA Cup quarter-final. Well, there's no doubt that Middlesbrough have started the better of the two teams here. They've got a good home record, just 4 defeats in 19 league and cup matches here, 11 wins, 4 draws. The only teams who've come to the Riverside and won this season: Arsenal, Newcastle, Manchester United, 3 of the top teams, and Southampton. Boksic switching over to the right now. Stockdale finding Ince, and it goes to Carboni. But not for the first time, his control let him down. He's lucky he gets it back again. Second opportunity. Now Kedru and Greening combining down that left-hand side for Middlesbrough. Smitzer's challenge. Borough get the throw. And just look how much possession the home team have had in the last few minutes here. Hammond's clearance. Stockdale finding Boksic, the layoff by Ince just over the head. And Carboni, who's only about 5'6". But again, they come to win the second ball, not now, as Heskey wins it back. But Liverpool still struggling to keep a sustained period of possession in this game. Well played, Hamando. Carragher. The home fans sense here that Middlesbrough are on top in this game, midway through the first half, but crucially, it's still 0-0. And if you don't get a goal when you're on top in a game, well, it can often come back and haunt you, especially with a counter-attacking team like Liverpool. Here's Musto. Kedru. Carboni couldn't control it. Carragher there for Liverpool. It's a good ball too. Sloppy layoff by Heskey, and Middlesbrough come forward again. with Benito Carboni, who's on loan here from Bradford. Offside. Carboni, who's played for Bradford and Derby already this season, finding himself almost in the clear here. And now hauled back, and that might well be a yellow card. It should be. And Onsho is probably aware of his fate. Didn't leave referee Durso with very much option there. Quite deliberate tug on the jersey by Stefan Onsho when Carboni had beaten him. First caution of the game. Looks like he just wants 2, maybe 3 in the wall. The Liverpool goalkeeper. Inside with the ball. Carboni himself, the left-footed Kedru, the Frenchman, number 37. And albeit a little higher, that's more or less the view that the goalkeeper will have. That's almost exactly the view that Dudek faces. Too many cooks and they spoilt the broth. Carboni with the final effort. 4 Middlesbrough players around the ball, and Risa unwittingly blocked the shot. And the ball is broken kindly for Heskey. Good stop by Schwarzer. Furious with his defenders, Fester in particular by the looks of it, for not dealing with that problem. It's a decent effort by Heskey, who's got 6 goals now in his last 9 games after going 14 matches without scoring. Risa with the corner. Xavier had a free header, but couldn't direct it goalwards. Carboni. Good ball. And so was that. Boksic, in the end, was hustled out of it. Carragher doing enough physically to get in front of the Croatian. Ince. He got lucky there, Paul Ince. He was making the most of that fortune. Kedru. Carboni. Good challenge from Murphy. Ince again. What a good ball that was. Greening. And that's a corner. To say at the moment there's only one team that looks likely to score here, and it's not Liverpool. Gareth Southgate, who's had an outstanding season, making his way forward, and the number 5 Gianluca Festa, the other centre-back. Carboni's corner. Oh, brave header away by Carragher. Ince sets himself up, just wouldn't sit down quickly enough for the shot, but still danger here. Liverpool did defend well, and with great determination, particularly Carragher. Smitsa. It's a clever ball, just kept in play by Nicholas Anelka. Oh, well played Anelka, and a chance here surely. A man couldn't get it down quickly enough, and it's been forced in by Emil Heskey. Completely against the run of play. Liverpool take the lead. 33 minutes gone. It can be a cruel, cruel game, this. Just ask Middlesbrough at the moment. They've dominated the opening half an hour and now find themselves a goal behind. Anelka just managing to keep that ball from Spitzer in play, but how well he did after that. Look at Haman, completely unmarked, calling for the ball, had so much time to bring it down, and when the shot deflected to Heskey, he wasn't going to miss that invitation. His 7th goal in the last 10 games, his 12th of the season, and Liverpool, against the odds and against the run of play, as I said, take the lead here. Well, surprisingly, Middlesbrough's confidence shattered somewhat by conceding that goal when they were on top, and Liverpool's has grown visibly. Haman for that. Abel Xavier. It's going to be hard now for Middlesbrough against the most formidable defence in the Premiership. Anelka. Spitzer let it run, but that was the mistake he made. Murphy. Now it's Liverpool's turn to enjoy some possession. Till that moment, Heskey's layup, poor. Carboni hits it early. That's a good ball too. Well defended by Stefan Ancho. The goal Heskey scored was the 51st league goal Liverpool have scored this season. Way behind the two teams above them in the table. Well, particularly Manchester United. They're on 77. Arsenal are on 58. But it's Liverpool's defence that's been their strong point, and now it's their attack that's looking dangerous again with Anelka. What a good tackle. Southgate supreme. He's given it away, the clearance. Murphy. Heskey claiming a free kick, none given. Carboni. Good skill by him. Referee should have let play go on there. He's done Middlesbrough no favours at all, Mr. D'Urso. Carboni in this role, just off the main striker, Boksic, looking dangerous. Liverpool having problems picking him up. Southgate defending well at the other end, and got a crack in the mouth by the looks of it as well. Gets it clear. The sun shines again as we reach the final 5 minutes of the half here at the Riverside Stadium. Nicholas Anelka, who certainly helped to make the Liverpool goal scored by Emil Heskey. Here's Xavier. Now Vladimir Smitsa. Kodru's challenge. Good one. Greening. On to Ince. Musto. And now Stockdale for Middlesbrough. Neat layoff by the youngster Wiltshire. Carboni displaying good vision again to pick out Kodru. Good ball that was. Heskey. Oh, just played it in behind Riso, and if he'd rolled it into his path, he would have had a shot on target. Or a potential shot anyway. Foul then on Carboni. Haman claiming he won the ball. And not only is it a foul, it's going to be a yellow card for Didi Haman, who's been in trouble rather too frequently for his manager's liking with referees recently. Suspended, as I say, for the match against Roma in the Champions League at Anfield on Tuesday. And there's another domestic booking. Oh, what a disappointing free kick. You can't really afford to waste opportunities like that. Frustration for Steve McClaren, his first job as a manager this, after 2 years alongside Sir Alex Ferguson at Manchester United, also previously working with Jim Smith at Derby County. He's also on the England coaching setup. This is reset for Liverpool. Carragher. And Murphy moves it out to Xavier. And this is all about seeing through the remaining minutes of the first half now from Liverpool's point of view, with their lead intact. Foul there by Xavier. Well, when you think of Ince's effort that screamed just past the Liverpool post, a couple of long-range shots by Luke Wiltshire, the opportunity that almost fell Carboni's way. Certainly most of the best chances in the game have belonged to Middlesbrough. Before they scored, there was only really one opening for Liverpool, which Schwarzer thwarted, save from Anelka. But he's the only keeper out there that's been beaten, and that's what matters. Foul on Heskey, who got that goal. Murphy. Struggled a little bit today, Murphy. He doesn't look sharp. He's been caught in possession, given the ball away 2 or 3 times. Wouldn't be surprised to see him replaced. He might be feeling the effects of the game in midweek more than 1 or 2 of the others, perhaps. It is difficult always coming off a European game in midweek, especially away from home when you have the travelling, and especially when it's as tough a fixture as Barcelona. All 3 major contenders for the Premiership title, still involved, of course, in the Champions League at this stage. Though only Manchester United of the 3 are definitely through to the quarter-final stage. Foul there by Festa on Heskey. And this is a real threat to Middlesbrough in the last minute of the half. Very dangerous position to concede a free kick. They've got 1 or 2 who will fancy a shot here. Hamann, I'm thinking of, number 16. No England football fan can ever forget his free kick in the final game, as it turned out, at Wembley Stadium, which helped Germany beat England in a World Cup qualifier. Riese is the left-footed player, though it looks as though it favours more the right foot. And Murphy has scored some spectacular free kicks as well. Heskey and Ince being called to one side. And a minute of time added, that's all. So this will probably be the final meaningful action of the half, when we eventually get some action. Why do referees take so long to do this? Right, normal service resumes. Schwarzer anxious. Doesn't know which of the Liverpool players is going to hit the ball. Riese, Murphy, Hamann. It's Murphy! And it wasn't far off. Scored 7 goals this season, 2 or 3 of them from free kicks, Danny Murphy. Oh, I tell you what, that dipped just a little too late from Liverpool's point of view. And very relieved Steve McClaren. That could have made his half-time team talk even worse. As it is, they've got to fight their way back into a game they have largely dominated and penetrate a Liverpool defence that's been beaten only 25 times in 30 league games this season. Greening trying to do just that with what would be the final attack of the half. Big shout for handball as it struck Abel Xavier, who said, no, ref, you were right. Here it was on the chest. Looks a bit sheepish about it, though, doesn't he? Be interested to see the replay of that incident. Here it is. Oh, I don't know. Not sure which part of the anatomy it struck, but it's a corner. Boksic goes up and wins the header. Carragher volleys his clearance out of play, and that brings to an end the first half, in which Emile Heskey gave Liverpool the lead on 33 minutes after Nicholas and Elka in particular had done wonders, firstly to keep the ball in play, then to wrong foot 2 or 3 Middlesbrough defenders, set up a shooting chance for Didi Hamann, which he couldn't take, but Emile Heskey could. And although Middlesbrough have dominated, they go in at half-time, trailing here by 1-0. And there are no changes from either side as Liverpool, in their change strip of white shirts and black shorts, get us underway. It's over 3 months and a total of 10 games since Middlesbrough's last home defeat, 1-0 against Manchester United here in December. And incidentally, Manchester United away at Old Trafford is Middlesbrough's next fixture. So as I said at the start, well, though they have played in recent weeks, they still only have 35 points. A defeat today and then a trip to Old Trafford, well, it doesn't calm the nerves at all when you're still in some kind of danger at the bottom of the table. Liverpool win an early corner. Ince with the clearance. And just to underline the measure of Middlesbrough's problem in this second half, it's now over 7 hours of football since Liverpool last conceded a goal. Quickly getting the touch on here. And good turn by Heskey. And back come Liverpool again. And a shot by Smitzer. Could have easily caught out Schwarzer, but the big Australian's been in fine form today. The reason that Middlesbrough are still scrapping away from the bottom of the table is that they made one of the worst starts to a season they've ever made, losing their first 4 games. And that after fighting a relegation battle for the whole of last season. They only secured their place in the Premiership in the final week of the campaign. In fact, they won't want to go through all that again. Liverpool's ambitions, of course, with Phil Thompson still at the helm, though Gerard Houllier now playing an increasing role in things, are at the top end of the table. And to that effect, they've won their last 3 away games in the Premiership. Before today, scoring 12 goals without conceding. 4-0 at Leeds, 6-0 at Ipswich, 2-0 at Fulham. It's their away form that has kept Liverpool in Championship contention. Pedro for Middlesbrough. Here's Greening. Liverpool appealing for offside, but Carboni allowed to go on. He seems to me to be the key for Middlesbrough to unlock this Liverpool defence, though I wonder if Steve McLaren will consider playing someone else up alongside Boksic. Carboni been dropping deep into midfield with Greening on one flank and the youngster Wiltshire on the other. And Liverpool have contained the threat reasonably comfortably. Here's Carragher for that. The goal scorer Heskey to Anelka. The return ball is excellent. Emile Heskey gets in behind the defender. Now, was he being pulled back there? That's what he's claiming. Great link-up play again between the 2 Liverpool strikers. Wonderful stop. A suspicion that maybe Heskey was being held, but he's big and he's strong and he can take care of himself in those situations, as he did. Certainly, Festa was tucking away at his jersey there, but Heskey had his arm across him anyway. Game's on a knife edge from Middlesbrough's point of view. If they were to concede a second goal, you really couldn't see much hope for them with Liverpool's defensive record. 3rd is the highest Liverpool have ever finished in the Premiership, 3 times in all, including last season when they just picked Leeds United for the final Champions League spot. Well, most of the efforts, particularly from this youngster, have been from long range by Middlesbrough today. And maybe they're going to have to adopt that tactic to beat Jerzy Dudek. Liverpool have taken more points away from home than at Anfield. Their recent 2-0 win at Fulham was their 10th success on the road, 33 points away compared to 26 at home. and the possibility of another 3 to add to that total today. There's still a long way to go, but looking dangerous again here. Good play by Kadru, and then by Ince. This is Greening. As a former Manchester United player, he will certainly want to dent Liverpool's away record. Smith said dispossessed, but there was Xavier to help him out. Ince going in strong, coming out with the ball. The pace hotting up. Greening. It's a good ball. Wiltshire, Carboni. And the youngster getting a good cross in again. Well, that was an opportunity, you have to say, really. Young Wiltshire on the end of it. He's certainly a confident young player who gets himself into some good positions. But all too often the final product, today anyway, hasn't been quite up to scratch. But to be fair, he's certainly not a player who's going to hide, having missed a couple of opportunities in the first half. He looks certainly one for the future, the young Australian. As Southgate feeds it to Carboni again. Good football. Wiltshire again using Stockdale as the decoy. Well, Steve McLaren will be aware of Borough's good record against Liverpool. They've only lost to them once in the last 5 meetings. That was earlier this season at Anfield, and they've won the last 2 here at the Riverside Stadium. Indeed, before today, Liverpool hadn't even scored on their last 2 visits here. That's all changed, thanks to that fella, Heskey, and also thanks to this fella, Anelka, who laid on the goal. Anelka again, good cross! All that needed was a tap-in. Brilliant ball by Nicholas Anelka. Risa flying in from the other side of goal, the closest to it. Perfect ball, hard, low, driven across the 6-yard box. Even if it had gone in off a defender, Liverpool would have been happy about it, and Stockdale almost did get a touch. Dangerous ball, back to Schwarzer. Middlesbrough living on their nerve edges a little bit here. Clever play then by Greening. And the referee doesn't help the Middlesbrough cause, getting in the way of Kadru's pass. Smitsa. On show, the only, or one of 2 Liverpool players, I should say, to be yellow carded in this game. Hammam was the other. Heskey. There is Hammam. Now Murphy. Hupia. And it all went wrong. Incidentally, after today, Liverpool have got 5 more home games against Chelsea, Charlton, Blackburn, Derby and Ipswich, and only 2 away. They travel to Sunderland and Spurs. They arguably have, you wouldn't use the word easier, but the less difficult, shall we say, of the run-ins for all the teams in championship contention. That's on paper, however, and at this stage of the season, you've really got to expect the unexpected. It was a good ball for Greening. Did that come off Xavier? That's what he's claiming. Xavier's not been too happy with the referee today, has he? And he's not been slow to express his unhappiness. Henry getting in big trouble in Euro 2000 when he argued and went too far in a dispute with the referee at the end of one of Portugal's games, for which he got a lengthy international ban. He's got to calm down here. Oh, well, his anger would have been increased then if that had gone in. Liverpool clearing off the line, and then an appeal for offside, and it's been given, and Liverpool get away with it. Well, what luck has gone Liverpool's way today. I think it was Kedru in there again, was it, with the header? Yes, the Frenchman. He's got away with it. Liverpool have got away with quite a few mistakes today, and now they could punish Borough on the break again here with Murphy. It was an important interception that. Suddenly, Middlesbrough found themselves outnumbered again. And Kedru's interception, which has resulted in a corner, stopped an even worse situation. They've certainly missed Ugo Ehiogu at the back. There's no question about that. The club's record signing currently serving a suspension. An hour completed at the Riverside. Middlesbrough 0, Liverpool 1. And the header by Hupia. Well, he only just kept that one out, Schwarzer. And it was a hasty throw. What a good header. And in the end, a good save. Took him 2 attempts to smother the ball, but doesn't matter how you keep it out. That's why I wonder whether we might see the more physical skills of Dean Windass. Still time, of course, for him, as Hupia wins it back with ease. Now Ince, he's had an excellent match. Boksic. Good play by him, and it's a good ball too. Well, it could have been a dramatic introduction for Nemeth, but couldn't even keep it in play. Into the final 15 minutes then of this FA Barclaycard Premiership fixture. Middlesbrough 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool will go top of the table if they hold on to their lead. Manchester United play at West Ham later today. Arsenal play at Aston Villa tomorrow. Southgate for Middlesbrough. Stockdale. The cross straight against Risa as Liverpool just about pull everyone back into defensive roles now to hold on to their lead. What a crucial win this would be for Liverpool if they can achieve it. Even though they haven't played well, it'll be 3 very valuable points in what's a really important Premiership weekend. They're all going to be now. Now it's the most exciting Premiership season ever begins to draw to a close. And Middlesbrough, with only 1 defeat in their last 12 games, with their chairman watching, know that it's going to be very difficult to get back into this now. In truth, they haven't really tested Dudek in the second half. Steven Gerrard got caught there, challenged by Ince. Mischievous smile from the former Liverpool player, and a free kick to the visitors. 12 minutes remaining. Risa takes it. And Schwarzer in control, as he has been most of the day with what he's had to do. He certainly had no chance with the goal scored by Emil Heskey on 33 minutes, but still separates these sides. Here's Nemeth. Liverpool have dug in well in the second half, and I don't think Middlesbrough have been as effective as they were before the interval. Melka offside. Well, Marinelli is going to be introduced rather than Windass as the 3rd and final substitute for Middlesbrough. Little Argentine midfield player or winger, still only 19, full of tricks. very good player on the ball. Can he open up this renowned Liverpool defence? He's only going to have around 10 minutes in which to do so as Southgate brings Borough forward. And still, nosebleed territory for him. Clearance by Gavin, one of the other substitutes. And Liverpool looking a little bit leg-weary at this stage. Paul Thompson will be slightly concerned about that. That's why he's glanced at the watch, and that'll tell him, if it's more or less in accord with ours, that there's around 10 minutes remaining. Remember, after today, Liverpool have 5 home games and only 2 more away. However, whether that's an advantage or not is a debatable point, because, as I mentioned more than once before, Liverpool have done better away from home than at Anfield this season. Here's Steven Gerrard. Oh, it's almost a good ball. Well read by Southgate, as Middlesbrough now choose to make their 3rd and final change of the day. The Argentine Marinelli, who's coming on, and he's going to replace Robbie Stockdale, who didn't get long in that more advanced outside right position. So Borough will now try their 3rd different player of the game down that side. First Wilkshire, then briefly Stockdale, now Marinelli. At least I assume he'll go on that right-hand side. Tricky little footballer. They'll need to get on the ball as quickly and as often as possible as Xavier crosses. There's an offside there against Anelka. Way out on that right flank. Ignored on this occasion. Not now. And Southgate finds it. And he's on the ball again. And here's Ince. Close again. Second time in the game against his former club. Paul Ince within inches of finding the net. Almost a carbon copy, in a sense, of his first half effort. Such are the narrow margins between defeat and victory. 14 goal attempts, more than double the number that Liverpool have had. But Liverpool significantly have had more on target, including, of course, Emile Heskey's 33rd minute strike that separates the teams. Now, it was significant that Marinelli was the man who set up that chance for Ince. As I said, if they can get him on the ball, he could cause Liverpool problems. Stockdale went off with a slight groin injury, we're told. Steve McLaren just points out to the referee that he shouldn't allow Liverpool to waste too much time on those throw-ins. Gerrard to Heskey, and he's found a way through to Risa. Danger here for Middlesbrough. What a fine strike by John Arne Risa, and that should wrap it up for Liverpool now. Superb goal by the young Norwegian, his 6th of the season, and that will ensure 3 points and the leadership of the Premiership for at least a few hours for Liverpool. Terrific move, great ball there by Heskey, but what a finish by John Arne Risa, who can strike the ball as accurately with his left foot as any player in the Premiership. And that will send the travelling Scousers home very happy indeed. Cruel again on Middlesbrough, but Liverpool won't care about that. You've got to feel for Steve McLaren and the home team, who don't deserve this scoreline. But that is football all over. And Liverpool go looking for a third. Anelka. And sets it up for Murphy. And they might have had a third. If he would have struck that properly, they would have done, surely. Liverpool know they're all bar home and dry now, but Ince isn't going to give up. He never does. He never has. Nemeth got round Carragher with ease, but the pullback not accurate. So Hoopi was trying to knock that out for a throw rather than a corner. Five minutes to go at the Riverside. 2-0 to Liverpool. Carragher with a brave header. I must say, that's what it's all about, isn't it, at a time like this? Another corner. Well, Liverpool have shown great resilience here today. It's not a quality that's often admired. It's clear to see why the majority of neutrals enjoy watching Manchester United more, and perhaps Arsenal as well. They've got some great attacking players, but most of the championship teams down the years have been built on a solid defence, and there's no doubt that Liverpool have got that. If they keep a clean sheet here today, that'll still be only 25 goals against in 31 Premiership matches, and that is certainly the foundation for a real run for the title. Silly foul there, completely unnecessary by Anelka at this stage, and then picking an argument with Southgate to make it even worse. Well, to be fair, I think all he did was turn his back on the goalkeeper. Shorter didn't complain too much. Now danger for Liverpool, and they're leading a charmed life. Boksic heads wide. Dudek can't believe his good fortune again. Complete misunderstanding here by Liverpool. It looked a routine ball to deal with, not once but twice. Dudek had come too far off his line. Onshow was beaten there, then Hoopier there. But the Liverpool goal wasn't beaten. Well, they'll get an award for going close today, Middlesbrough, but that's all, I'm afraid. They've had one knocked off the line. They've had two long-range efforts by Ince that were, well, literally inches off target. That one by Boksic. 2 or 3 by young Luke Wiltshire. But they'll all be forgotten, I'm afraid, because there's no column in the league table that says near misses, and you don't get any points for them. You get points for goals, and Liverpool have got 2 of them. Emil Heskey and John Arnorisa. Ince. And although Middlesbrough have played well enough today not to be too concerned about their position in the league table, I think they still will be. Defeat today followed by a trip to Manchester United, not what you want when you're only on 35 points, as suddenly they finally get a goal, and it's the unlikeliest scorer of all in Gareth Southgate. Who would have believed that? All those near misses by strikers and midfield players, and Gareth Southgate, who's never before scored a goal since he came to Middlesbrough, gets one right at the death to set up what could be a nervous finale yet for Liverpool. 2-1 now. Good header. Well, what an astonishing game this can be. Just when you thought it was all over, by the shouting, and Liverpool were drifting towards their 3 points, it's suddenly, arguably, back in the balance. It's all about how much stoppage time we get now, I guess. That looked like a push. Astonishingly not given by referee Durso. Well, is there still time yet for Middlesbrough to rescue something here? How unlikely did that seem just a few minutes ago? The defender showing the forwards how it's done. But I must say, significantly, someone who was big enough and good enough in the air to bother Ipia and Onsho. That was the key to it. And I haven't really had someone like that all day, Middlesbrough. Here's Anelka for Liverpool. He'll be more concerned in running the clock down now. As we move towards the completion of 90 minutes and wait and wonder how much time will be added. Anelka's given it away. Renewed vigour about Middlesbrough's play. Could they snatch the unlikeliest draw of the season, perhaps, the way it was going? Liverpool panicking. Hupia gets it clear. We're into stoppage time. It's 2-1 to Liverpool. 2 minutes is all that's been added. And Xavier did enough then to make sure Boksic got no further. Well, at least Middlesbrough have got the goal that their play today is unquestionably deserved, and Liverpool's defence has been beaten for the first time in, what, 7.5 hours of top-level football. Some record. And Reese's goal now looking worth its weight in gold. Middlesbrough aren't finished yet. That took a deflection, didn't it? It did. And Carboni's shot has earned a corner. 60 seconds. Worried faces at the Liverpool end and on the Liverpool bench. They must have thought they were home and dry. You can never assume anything in football, can you? You really cannot. Oh, great header away. But back into the danger zone. Cleared then by Onsho. It's like a cup tie now. Well, Haman relieved to see that go out of play. And relief will be the dominant emotion when that final whistle goes for Liverpool fans, if the scoreline is still 2-1 in their favour. They've got to get a hold of the ball. They've got to get it back first. It doesn't matter now. There's the final whistle, just under 2 minutes of stoppage time in the end. So it wasn't enough to see Middlesbrough rescue something from a game in which Liverpool have used up a fair slice of their fortune, I think, for the remaining weeks of the season. But nonetheless, all that matters is the final scoreline, and that final scoreline is Middlesbrough 1, Liverpool 2.